FC Barcelona have just been humiliated in the Champions League quarterfinals, losing 8-2 to Bayern Munich. This of course makes it 5 years since they last won the competition, that being of course in the 2014-15 season under Luis Enrique's stewardship. The club's failings this season have really exacerbated their problems, showing the failings in the club's hierarchy both on and off the pitch. This Barcelona team have too many players over the age of 30, lack a real identity that they once showed under Pep Guardiola, failed with many of their big money transfers, and of course have their once great La Masia academy stumbling out the blocks in producing top quality talent. Quique Setien is set to face the chop, with the club now having cycled through 5 managers in the past 8 seasons. No matter how much blame you may put on the likes of Ernesto Valverde and Quique Setien for the club's failings this season, you cannot fully blame both of these men for the club's steady and sharp decline. I lay most of that blame at the feet of Josep Maria Bartomeu, the current incumbent president. Today, me, your host Ben, will be having a look at how this man is running the club into mediocrity. Before we do begin, let's have a little refresher to remind ourselves of who exactly Bartomeu is. Josep Maria Bartomeu y Floreta was born on 6 February 1964 in Barcelona. He has been a member of the club since 1974 at a very young age. Bartomeu has served in several high-ranking positions within the club, being the heads of both handball and basketball sections at a time. Following the 2010 Barcelona presidential elections, he was appointed as vice president alongside the winner of that election, of course being Sandro Rosell. Bartomeu was made club president after the resignation of Sandro Rosell following controversy surrounding the transfer of Neymar to the club. Bartomeu has served as president since January 2014 and will serve until the next elections. When that will happen, we don't know. To begin, let's talk about La Masia. La Masia has proven to be the foundation of Barcelona's success in modern history, with the club producing the likes of Xavi Hernandez, Andrés Iniesta, Gerard Piqué, Sergio Busquets, Carlos Puyol, and of course, the illustrious Lionel Messi. However, there is a clear regression now compared to what there was in the past under Guardiola. The current crop is understandably failing to replicate the high standards shown by the previous players. However, you have to put some, if not most of the blame on the Barcelona board for failing to really breed a mentality and faith in the youngsters' abilities. As an illustration, Bartomeu and the board decided to sanction the transfers for Andre Gomes and Denis Suarez in the past instead of giving opportunities to the likes of Carlos Zelenya and Sergi Samper to break into the first team. Other than that, we've witnessed how Alex Grimaldo and Takefusa Kubo have decided to leave the club instead of sticking around due to the lack of first-team opportunities. The must-win mentality started by Bartomeu has put pressure on the managers to win instant results instead of taking long-term development to help improve and cultivate new and exciting young players. This has led to many Barcelona talents being wasted instead of being put into the first team and really given an opportunity to shine. Bartomeu's day-to-day running of La Masia has as well forced regression within the academy. His Masia 360 project has been an unquantified failure. It is well documented that the project has caused internal communication breakdowns, provided poor nutrition for young players, wasted millions of club funding on needless programs, and have sidelined many academy coaches, leading to the club losing their identity known as the Barca DNA. With Bartomeu at the helm, La Masia is struggling really to continue as a top-level academy, being left behind even by Real Madrid's La Fabrica academy. The standards are slipping slowly but surely, and Bartomeu is failing to assess the options correctly and has also failed to put La Masia on the right track to success. One of the main reasons why many Barcelona fans detest Bartomeu's overall handling of the club is down to his constant political maneuverings to strengthen his grip as club president. One startling fact that I have discovered during my research of this video was the fact that Bartomeu has sacked a total of 7 vice presidents throughout his tenure. We have seen in the past as well how Bartomeu has chosen to sack certain club officials and replace them with people who he trusts instead of qualified professionals. It is clear that Bartomeu is doing these things because he wants to have a full say on how the club is run and is against anyone who undermines him. He silences his opposition through threatening them or even firing them altogether. He's acting like a spoiled child who wants everything, and he thinks he's infallible, despite the fact that many of his decisions have led to the club continuously falling down the European footballing pyramid. These constant political maneuverings have of course led to many players being dissatisfied with the running of the club, with players like Messi and Gerard Piqué vocalizing how dissatisfied they are towards Bartomeu. If Barcelona want to return as a top club at the top of European football, they need to appoint footballing men who know how to run a club properly, instead of yes men that will bow down and agree to everything Bartomeu has to say. A quick glance at Barcelona's team will tell you they have so many players above the age of 30, the likes of Messi, Suarez, Piqué, Alba, Vidal, Busquets. They are all above the age of 30 and don't have many years to offer left at the top level of the game. Bartomeu and the board have failed to really take a hold of this issue and improve the overall squad makeup. They've let the average age of the squad increase year upon year and have shown no ruthlessness in terms of finding capable replacements that are younger and have more years to offer. Their recent transfer of Miralem Pjanic for Arthur shows that they're repeating their mistakes once more. Why on earth would an aging Barcelona squad need a 30-year-old Miralem Pjanic, who has at most 2 to 3 years to offer at the top level? Arthur can already offer 6 to 8 years at the top level for them. You can say he's had a poor season, but a manager that has trust in his players would definitely be able to improve Arthur's fortunes, considering the immense amount of potential he has. Barcelona have opted to sign superstars instead of planning long term, and we saw that last season when they signed Antoine Griezmann for a total of 120 million euros. Griezmann is 29 and will only add to the overall age of the squad, with Messi and Suarez, his fellow frontline players, being 33. They don't need another player who is reaching the end of their peak. They need a new and fresh player that can add real dynamism to their attack instead of Griezmann, who has shown to be poor this season. That 120 million euros could have been used to improve the overall squad. Instead, Bartomeu looked for a superstar. And again, he's repeating his mistakes. This summer, he's going to look to sign another superstar in Lautaro Martinez for 80 million euros. That 80 million euros could again be used to strengthen the squad overall. You look at how many gaping holes they have. In defense, they have Piqué, who's above the age of 30. He's going to need replacing, with Longley and Umtiti being the only two options at centre-back. Jordi Alba is 31 and will need replacing soon. Nelson Semedo has had a horrid season and needs another right-back to come in to really add competition. I don't understand why he would choose to spend 80 million on one player when he could use 100 million on at least 3 players. For example, Timo Werner cost 40 over million for Chelsea. If Barcelona had gone in for him, he cost half of what Lautaro cost, while at the same time only being 24 and being extremely prolific, scoring over 30 goals for RB Leipzig this season. Even if Werner had his heart set on Chelsea, they could look at someone like Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay is 25 and has a lot of years ahead of him. He can play across the front line and won't cost as much as Lautaro Martinez would cost. It doesn't make sense. Barcelona's board are not acting smart when it comes to the transfers. You can easily point to the fact that they're going to sign Trincao, Pedri and Mateus Fernandes for cheap fees to come and add as young options to the squad. But if the Barcelona board continuously targets superstars, they won't find much success overall for the team, because the huge outlays on transfers spent on these superstars will only prove a detriment to the overall balance the squad has. If you look at the transfer strategies of other clubs, for example Bayern Munich, they're signing really young players for cheaper prices. If they continue what they're doing at the moment, they'll be left behind by the teams around them who are making smarter transfers. The board needs to get a grip of things and make smart transfers now, or else the squad will just fall into ruin like we saw of AC Milan and Manchester United in the past. In short, Bartomeu is really destroying Barcelona with what he's doing at the club in terms of his transfers, his management of La Masia, and his constant political maneuvers. Barcelona could point to trophies to really paper over the cracks, but now it's clear to see that Bartomeu has his stamp over this Barcelona team and needs to be rid of in order for a new and fresh, exciting leadership to come in and improve the fortunes of Barcelona. As a Manchester United fan, I hate seeing the meddling of the board really bringing a top quality club into mediocrity, and I hope Barcelona get their act together before they stumble much like my club Manchester United. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.